Assalamu alaikum, my name is Imran Jan and you're watching my YouTube channel. Today's video is about a foreign currency transaction that I made from the United States to Pakistan, and the fraud and the interesting things and the ridiculousness of all of it that I encountered and the things that I experienced. I'm going to be sharing all of that in today's video. It's coming up right now. Before I explain all of that, I want to explain two reasons. One is the reasons I am recording these videos nowadays in English is because mine is a small channel and I'm trying to grow it, and English language will only help me in reaching a wider audience. There's nothing else to it. I'm not trying to prove anything. It's just my effort and my attempt to reach a wider audience. That's all. There's nothing else to it. The other fact that I want to explain is that I am a Pakistani American, that I'm someone who straddles both the countries, Pakistan and the USA. And the reason I mention this fact is because in this video coming up, you will understand why I had to explain this, because this video is all about that. So I have been living in America for more than a decade now, and I have been sending money to Pakistan ever since I've been working there. A few months ago, I opened a foreign currency account in a local Pakistani bank called FATF Bank, and the foreign currency account that I was open was basically, what foreign currency account means is whatever currency you send the money in from any other country where you are working and living, whenever you come to Pakistan, or if you have your relatives and friends and loved ones in Pakistan, they should be able to gain access to that foreign currency. That's the only purpose. That's one of the main purposes of why people open foreign currency accounts, because they want to send. In my case, I sent money in US dollars so that I will be able to gain access to US dollars and no other currency when I'm in Pakistan. This is something I've been doing for many years. I always send money in US dollars to a foreign currency account in Pakistan, and whenever I came here, I was able to gain access to US dollars. I just want to explain that there's a lot of fraud happening right now. I went to the bank, and a few months ago I had sent 500 US dollars to that FATF Bank foreign currency account in Pakistan, and today is January 10 or 11, 2023. I went to the FATF Bank foreign currency account where and so that I can gain access to the US dollars that I had sent. And mind you, in order to send US dollars, I had spent $40 to $45. That's why it's expensive to send, because it guarantees that you will send US dollars and you will have US dollars sitting in that account in Pakistan over there. Hence, foreign currency account. That's why there's that name with it. When I went to the bank today, they said that they will only give me Pakistani rupees and they cannot give me US dollars. Whatever the reason was, maybe they were not willing, maybe they don't have the US dollars, because US dollars are going to Afghanistan nowadays. They're being smuggled over there for a higher return, because ever since the US withdrew from that country in August 2021, they have a shortage of US dollars, and Pakistanis are smuggling their US dollars over there for a higher price. Anyway, because of that and because of other reasons, and because of how mass psychology works and how markets operate, tom-toms beating in the street and all of that, Pakistan does not have, it's not easy to get US dollars in Pakistan right now, even though despite the fact that I had a foreign currency account for God's sake, and I had sent 500 US dollars. They are not giving it to me, and they make it sound really interesting and ridiculous. They say, they make it sound as if they're doing me a favor by giving me Pakistani rupees, by converting it for me at a ridiculous rate, by the way. And they're saying, we are giving you local currency so that you can, do transactions locally, purchasing whatever you have to do. I'm just letting overseas Pakistanis know, be warned, be careful. If you're sending whatever currency you're sending, and wherever you're residing, England, Canada, US, Australia, whatever kind of foreign currency you are sending to Pakistan, to your foreign currency account, expecting that you will gain access to that currency, that foreign currency, that's not going to happen. And the reason I'm reaching out to you guys is because I know this happens a lot. A lot of properties and a lot of other businesses are being purchased by overseas Pakistanis because they go abroad, they work hard, they make money, they send that currency over here, and then they come here, withdraw that currency, convert it to the local currency for a very good rate in the secondary market outside. And then they buy properties and businesses and whatnot. I have been doing that myself. That's not happening. Despite all the noise that is there, in the media and in the social media is thriving, there's so much noise about FATF and, foreign currency transactions and, data being skimmed from ATMs of local banks and all kinds of other frauds of, money movements and money transactions. There is not much that has been said about this. And it's not just Faisal Bank. I'm sure all banks are doing this. You will send money in foreign currency. Let's say you're sitting in England, Canada, USA, like I am, for example, and you'll send that money, but they'll give you the rupees here when you get here at a ridiculous rate, by the way. And they just really, it's a ripoff. That's what this is. There's nothing else to it. It's textbook fraud also, because you have opened a foreign currency account. You have been promised. They take your money. The fraud happens at multiple steps. They take your money, they take your foreign currency that you send in, and you pay a high fee in that other country where you're sending it from. And then they convert it for you at a ridiculous rate. They keep the US dollars or whatever other foreign currency you're sending. And then they convert it for you. And then they give you only that. So you're screwed at multiple steps. So again, be careful. I don't like to bash my country. I don't like to bash Pakistan. I have stood up for Pakistan. In America, I have had arguments and fights for, for Pakistan with many people, including professors and friends and people from India and whatnot. But it's this sort of stuff that really discourages me from doing any of that, from indulging in any of that. And so I'm just reaching out to overseas Pakistanis because I know for a fact, coming from my own experience, I know how hard they work. And I know they send that hard-earned money to Pakistan. And then they're screwed like that. So be careful. And if you're buying a property, whatever you are doing, expecting that, you will send foreign currency and they'll give it to you, they're not going to give it to you. They did not give it to me today. They just converted it for me in local Pakistani rupee at a ridiculous rate, at 226 or 227 rupee against US dollar. Everybody knows. January 11, 2023, the actual rate in the market is more than 250. It's close to 250. Actually, it's more than 250, but I'll just say 250. And that's how they rip you off. So be careful. In the comment section, please do let me know of your opinion and if you might have come across the same things and you might have experienced the same things. Until my next video, Allah Hafiz.